Welcome to Southern Girl Knits. This is episode 12. It's nice to have you back. Welcome back. If you're new, thanks for checking me out. I really appreciate it. So it's only been like a week, but I feel like I have so much to tell you that I just had to record today. So I didn't want to save up too much and then bombard you. Also, at the end of this week, I have a debate tournament. Our local high school is hosting this tournament. So I'm going to go and help them judge the debate rounds. And both of my kiddos are involved, so they'll be there as well. So, oh yeah, I'm Tish. I am Tish Knits 33 on Ravelry and Tish Knits on Instagram, which is where you'll find me. And I think that's it. Yeah. You can PM me on Ravelry as well as Instagram. So I'm pretty good about getting Instagram on there all the time. Ravelry, I try to get on once a day, but you know how that is. Sometimes life gets in the way, right? So anyway, back to my crazy life. My daughter has registration today for high school. It just seems so surreal. She's, we actually have a freshman academy in the town that I live in. So the freshmen go to a separate school. It's by the high school, and they're still considered high schoolers, but they are in their own school. Our school district did a lot of research and found out that a lot of the reason that freshmen who are normally 14, 15 years old, or we're having a lot of, unplanned pregnancies and dropouts, social issues and whatnot. And they discovered that it just wasn't good to mix the freshmen with the upperclassmen. So they gave them their own school, which I think is brilliant. So yay. Yay them. So my daughter visited the school today and got the packets for what classes she needs and what credits she needs, and they offer like a ton of electives at in our school district. So she's like, I don't know what to take. I don't know what to take. And I'm like, okay, we'll discuss it at dinner tonight, because we're one of those weird families that has family dinner. We sit down and have family dinner. It's a way to catch up and keep up with what's going on with everybody. With 3 kids and a husband who works a lot, then, hey, you do what you got to do, right? So, speaking of which, I wish you could smell my house right now, because I'm making a pot roast in the crock pot. My house smells so yummy. It's like I'm starving to death. It's only like, well, I guess it's 12 o'clock. I really should eat lunch. That would probably help, but I'm literally sitting here and I'm like, food. I need food. But I'll deal with just coffee. Okay, so let's get started with all the things that I have to tell you about, right? So, we talked about how I kind of was like not losing my knitting mojo, but it's kind of like nothing I have on the needles is really just making me like uber happy. I don't know. I mean, I've got my dad's socks, and those make me happy, but they're boy socks, so they feel like a slog. I'm at the point where I'm just like, they're never going to end. So, and I found myself not enjoying that knit as much. And I stopped on the ingot that I was working on because the pattern calls for me to do like another 7 inches, and it already seems really, really big right now, and it's a cowl, and so I'm not sure how much of this will be clipped off, but I don't want, I'm short. You don't know that because you only ever see me from like, here up or whatnot, but I'm like 5'2" on a good day with the right shoes. So I'm not very tall. So I don't want just an uber big cowl. So I'm debating whether or not to bind off. So let me show you where I am on it, because I've got it right here. So this is obviously, this is pre-blocked, right? So it's going to grow, especially the lace that's here and here is going to grow a lot. That's really long. And so I'm imagining it kind of bunched up. Let's see if I can do this without dropping stitches. I don't know. Yeah, see, I just don't know. I'm really thinking that I'm going to go ahead and bind off. It's an enjoyable knit, so worst case scenario, I bind off and it's a little short and I give it to the girl child and make me another one. You know, that's a worst case scenario, right? So, yeah. So I haven't picked that up because I'm kind of at a standstill with what to do with it. And I don't know. So, okay. I finished something. Oh, I'm wearing my hat. Do you remember the one that I did? It was inspired by the Vermonter, which is, I say inspired by because I didn't follow the pattern at all. I looked at the picture and did what I wanted to do because that's how I roll. So, yeah. But I did finish something this week. Woohoo! Boy socks. Tiny boy socks, so it's easier. These are the Knit Picks Felici in the building block colorway. And basically they fit me. Because, yeah, even though they're boys, they're still boys and they have big feet. Luckily their feet are the same size as mine right now, so I can still knit them socks and not be a crazy person, right? So I did them on size 1 needles. Because I either use size 1 or size 0. And then I did the 64 stitch repeat standard sock. You know, there's nothing fancy about it. It's like the 3x2 rib. And I did it all the way on the front. And that's it. Nothing fancy. But I have 2 socks. Woohoo! That makes me happy. And these took forever, not because the socks took forever, but because they're my purse knitting. And they're normally in this bag. So it kind of, you can see, it's small. So usually it fits in my purse. And I only knit these 1 sock at a time. So I think it took like 2 months. But it's literally because they're my to-go knitting. I don't sit with them on the couch and knit. I knit them on the run. So they take longer, but whatever. They're done. So now I need more sock knitting for my purse. So I've got to go dig out some yummy sock yarn. Yay! That's always fun, right? And find some more purse knitting. So what else? Nothing else got enough love for me to show you, but I have been like spinning like crazy. Like seriously, I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden where my knitting kind of started going down, my spinning went whoop. Like I feel like I haven't spun in forever, and all of a sudden it's all I've wanted to do. It's literally like all I've done for the past like 4 or 5 days. I've had this one yarn. You're going to hear a little crinkle. I put this in a bag so it wouldn't smell like pot roast. I've had this one yarn that was Yorkie Slave. Yeah, Yorkie Slave. I'm not sure if you can see this because it's, see, there it is. Tickle My Fancy 2. And it was 3.1 ounces, and it was merino, bamboo, and Angelina. I do not like spinning bamboo. Yeah, learn that. If this would not have had merino in it, I probably would have just like given up, like totally given up because I didn't like the bamboo. It's slippery, like really slippery. The finished product is nice though. I mean, the shine, oh, I love the finished product, but boy, that bamboo was really making my life rough. So I've had it on my spinning wheel like forever. And then the spinning mojo hit and it was like bam. I finished the second bobbin, plied it, washed it, thwacked it, hung it to dry and everything, and bam. Yeah. Look at this loveliness. This makes me so happy. Let's see if I can get a good. Isn't that pretty? So it's got pinks. It was pink, black, white, and silver, I believe. The yellow you see are the cotton that I use to tie. So, yeah. But isn't that lovely? And being that I'm ever so brilliant, I didn't count how many yards it is when I had it on my nitty knotty. Oops. Ah, I love the way that smells. I love soak. Soak smells so good. So, yes, I have that. And then if that wasn't enough, I did more. Yeah. Check this out. And this, if you can tell, is much thinner. Let's see. Let's see how I can show you this. Yeah. So this is much finer, and I did count this one. So this is 164 yards of, I don't know if I'd say fingering, maybe a light fingering. Somewhere between a light fingering and fingering. You know, I really need one of those, I don't know why I don't have this. I think it's because I want a certain one. I want the wraps per inch, but I want one of the wooden ones that's pretty, that has like something carved into it. I don't know. I see other people's and I'm like, that's what I want. And I've never found one, and I guess I haven't went to Etsy to look for one, but I need one because I don't know if this would be considered fingering or light fingering. I don't know. Either way, it's pretty. And I like it. And it makes me happy. So those of you who do follow me on Instagram know that I put more fiber on my wheel and left the fiber way over there. But I did bring the bobbin. Yay me. Woohoo! So I'm only halfway through this bobbin, obviously. This is Leading Men Fiber Arts. It's 100% Falkland, which I have never spun with before. So this is new to me fiber, which means that my spinning looks like crazy wild. Like it's thick and thin all over the place. Like it looks like I'm a brand new spinner. It's crazy pants. Like, in fact, you can't see it obviously, but when I first started off underneath, I mean, we're talking just like, it was huge. I was like, this is so bad. So as I've been going, it's getting a little more consistent. So this first bobbin, and I've got quite a bit. I think it's like 4 ounces. So this first bobbin's a little weeble wobbly. That's the technical term, weeble wobbly, in case you weren't aware. So, I don't know. I guess I like it. I will definitely do it again, but it's taken a while to kind of learn the fiber. It's a lot stickier than merino, but it's not as smooth as like BFL. Oh, BFL is like totally my favorite. Blueface Leicester. I always say that wrong. Blueface Leicester? Yeah, we'll just go with BFL. BFL is like totally my favorite. Like that's what I enjoy spinning the most. Hands down, if the prep's right, obviously. Right? It's kind of all about the prep. And so, yeah. That's but I'm loving it. It's nice. It's nice to have something new. Like a new to me fiber, something I'm not used to. And the colors are gorgeous. The name of it's Cabbage Patch. So it's got the red and the pink and the green and the white. And I think it's going to be really nice. I don't know what it'll grow up to be, but we'll see. I'm even thinking about, so we've been talking about doing a cowl, or I've been talking about doing a cowl for a while, right? And I've kind of like went back and forth as to what to pick. And I was going to go with a cowl, COWL, as our cowl, KAL. But now I'm thinking, you know how I wanted a sweater, and I told you about my sweater troubles, right? My sweater issues. So I'm thinking maybe we should do a sweater cowl. Maybe that would help me with if I have you guys there for support and we're all doing it together and have you guys cheering me on and you're there for moral support and we're kind of like all going through it together, maybe that would work. And I'm thinking for the giveaway, I might do some of my hand spun as the giveaway for the cowl. So I don't know. You gotta tell me what you think, because I'm really considering the pattern. It's called Stroker by Ysolda Teague, and it's, from what I understand, because it's not a free pattern, so I haven't bought it yet, so I haven't read, but from what I understand, it's a bottom-up sweater, and it has the yoke of it is stranded or Fair Isle, whatever it's called. So what do you think? Do you guys want to tackle a sweater with me? Especially before winter is over? Might be nice to knit a sweater while it's actually cold outside, right? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So let me know what you think, because by the next episode, I am going to make a decision and purchase yarn. Yeah, I'm jumping in there. I'm just going to like do it. Of course, when I tell my husband that I'm going to buy another sweater quantities worth of yarn, maybe I should get that on video. Yeah. Because he's so nice and he's so supportive, and I know that he'll just go, okay, dear. But I know that in his eyes he's like, sure you're gonna knit a sweater. Because I tell him what he's thinking all the time. Okay, so I've been doing my embroidery still. I've gotten farther. There are pink flowers. In fact, I've only got this little branch in this area left, and this little guy will be done. I'm thinking about adding something to it, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. I think it's pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. I've been wanting to do cross stitch. I never learned how to do cross stitch. Everybody that I tell that to is like, it's so easy. Why anybody can do cross stitch? And I'm like, it seems like it involves math or counting. And the minute you say that to me, I'm like, mm-mm. Did I mention I was lazy? I like to learn new things, but I want it to be easy. So we think we might have a teacher for the Arkansas Fiber Fest that, oh, my coffee pot's beeping. It's telling me that I need to go get my last cup of coffee before it isn't hot anymore. We think we have a teacher that's going to teach cross stitch at the Fiber Fest, which I think will be splendid, because I see all of the other podcasters out there and the people on Instagram that order from, what's the name of that? The Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery? Is that the name of it? That sounds right. And it's the cutest. I mean, they just have the cutest things. I went to their website and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so adorable. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to try that out. I might be able to, I don't know if I'll have time to take a class. Kind of running the event and participating in the event don't really work out a lot of times. I haven't been able to take a class in years. So we'll see. We'll see. But I did find out that we have a local, the person that we're trying to get to teach is local. So maybe I'll be able to just take a class at her shop. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let's see what else. Oh, so what I've been watching, I've been binge watching. Like, okay, I started Medium. And I think there's 7 seasons of Medium. That sounds right. 7 seasons. And so I started watching it from season 1 and I've binged on it so hard that I don't know if you know what Medium is, if Medium is about, but it's a show about a woman who's a psychic. She helps the police. She has dreams, and these dreams help find people or whatnot, you know. And so I've been watching it so much that I'm dreaming that my dreams are important. And so I'll wake up thinking, I have to remember this dream. It's really important. And yeah, I'm not psychic. So maybe not a good show to binge watch. And I'm only on like season 4. So by season 7, maybe I will be dreaming psychic dreams. But I'm watching that one kind of like during the day when I'm spinning or knitting. Russ, my husband and I have been watching, we started Friends over. Okay, so I know I love the show, right? That was like, that hit prime time for me as far as like, I guess age-wise goes. Like that was the show and I loved it. And I don't know what made us start it. I don't know what made us pick it up. It might have been one of those random Netflix recommends that you watch this. And we're like, sure, Netflix. Why not? Because Netflix is the boss of me. So we do what Netflix tells us to do. And we watch Friends. And now I'm like, so happy we did. It's hilarious. Like, seriously, so funny. Like, I just forgot how funny the show is. So I love that. And we don't get to watch, like, we can't binge on it, of course, because, you know, he has a job and works and all that stuff, being that we have to, you know, pay the mortgage and the light bill and food. Our kids insist on being fed. So, yeah. So we'll watch, like, 1 or 2 episodes at night, but it's fun. It's fun to go through. And it's one of those that you actually laugh out loud at. Makes it totally worth it, right? Other than that, I've actually gotten a lot of reading done as well. I finished The Girl on the Train. Did I tell you that last week? Did I finish that last week? I can't remember. Well, if I didn't tell you, I'm telling you now. And if I did tell you, then just remember I have mommy brain. Yeah. I use that excuse a lot. I think 3 kids is a good excuse to have mommy brain. So I finished that book. It was good. It was very much along the lines of Gone Girl. It was that murder mystery, psychological thriller, whodunit with a twist. So it was good. And then I moved on. So after that, I kind of wanted a little bit of brain candy. I have I have books that I read that are total brain candy, right? The ones that you don't have to put any effort into or any brain power into. And there's it's a series, because I think this is book 11 in this series. The author's name is Betty Hetchman? I'm not sure. And it's a crochet mystery series. You know how they do those little whodunits, and it's like, they'll be based around like a bookstore or a bakery or I don't know, whatever. This one's based around a crochet group, which is cute. It's adorable. The only thing is, it's so funny because she makes comments in every single book about how, like, you know, why did knitters hate crocheters so much? I don't understand. We're like the stepchildren of the fiber world. And I'm like, I don't get that. I've never like seen a crocheter and be like, how dare you? You're so beneath me. Oh, I'm so far superior to you. I don't know. I don't get that. In our knitting group, we have crocheters, we have knitters. I started with crochet. That was what I started with before I started knitting. And every once in a while, I will go back to crochet. So I don't know. It's funny. But anyway, either way, it's a cute little mystery book. There's, you know, it's easy, right? It's all about that. So I'm almost done with that because it's like a fast, easy read and I'll be over it soon. So I downloaded my next book by Jennifer McMahon, who I really like. I have only ever read her older stuff, and so I found she put out a new book called Dismantled, and I started it, and it was not good. It's like she kind of abandoned what she started, her writing style that she started with. I don't know what happened. So, but she has quite a few books out, so I went and found one of her older books, and I'm excited to start with that one. What's it called? The One I Left Behind. So, I'll be starting that one, and I think it's a murder mystery. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'll let you know. I'll let you know next week, because by next week I will have started it and gotten enough into it that I'll know. Because right now I know nothing. I know that it's next up on my list of things to read, right? So, yeah. I think that's it. I feel like I had so much to tell you. Maybe I zoomed through it. Because I do have a tendency to talk fast. I try not to do that with you guys. It's a habit I picked up from debate in college, and so I try not to. In fact, both of my kids, because they're in the forensics program, which is the theater and debate program, they're always being told, you've got to slow down. You've got to slow down. You talk too fast. I'm like, sorry, my bad. It's my fault. So, yeah. I feel like I zoomed through. So if I did, then play the recording like with the little, you know how you can slow down a recording to like, 1x, 2x at the bottom of your screen? Yeah, you could do that. You can slow me down. Maybe I need subtitles. For all I know, my accent's so thick. Okay, that cracks me up. I don't know if you've ever, which I'm sure for the people from America, you're going to roll your eyes. And from the people that aren't from America are just like, what? You ever seen Swamp People? Okay. So, yeah, it's Southern Louisiana. It's people catching alligators. I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes of the show because when you're from Southern Louisiana and you watch a show about Southern Louisiana, you're like, yeah, that just, it's life. There's nothing interesting about it. So, we even know people that are on the show. It's like this. But it's funny because they put subtitles on this show when they're talking. They'll subtitle, and they're speaking English. But their accents are so thick. Now, some of them I get because their Cajun accents are pretty thick. Like we understand them, but that stands to reason because we grew up there. But people that don't even have a Cajun accent, they just have a Southern accent, and they'll still subtitle it. And I'm like, is it really that bad? Like, can you really not understand them that much that you need to subtitle them? I don't know. So, I don't know. For all I know, my accent's so bad that people are probably going, can we subtitle her? If it's that bad, let me know. I'm too lazy to put subtitles in, but I'll be more conscious of it. I'll speak properly. So, I guess that's all that I have for you guys. The contest for the Rainstorm Studios and the Stitching You podcast, those are going to end before I record my next video, before I record the next podcast. I will lock those threads. So you've only got probably a week left. So get in there, you gotta be a member of the group. So join the Ravelry group and get in there because those are awesome, awesome prizes. If you missed those, go back and watch last week's episode so you can see them because they are awesome. Like, seriously. So, and I'd like to have you in the group. We have a really great group. For real. So come join us. And until I see you next week, I hope you have a great week and a wonderful weekend. And don't forget to always be awesome. Bye-bye.